Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ryan with Arrows of Love, and today I'm going to talk about the astrology of April 2021. We are in Aries season. The sun is in Aries, and it's joined by Mercury, messenger planet Mercury, and pleasurable Venus, the love planet. So right now there's a lot of energy sitting in fire signs, and generally speaking, the energy of Aries starts the new astrological cycle. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So think of it this way. It's all about starting the new year. It's about coming back to life. It's the spring equinox, so plants are coming back. People feel more energy. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is an ambitious, assertive, sometimes aggressive planet. It's our get up and go in the morning. It's our sex drive. It provides us our energy and it's action. So, people are feeling very uplifted right now, generally speaking, because of all of this Aries energy. The sun is also exalted in Aries, and this is a part of the essential dignities. So here the sun is the initial spark. It's the passion. It's the flame that gets going. So the sun does very well here, generally speaking, and generally the energy is quite good just for uplifted spirits overall. Now, with that said, Venus, the planet of relationships, love, harmony, pleasure, doesn't actually do so well in Aries. And the reason for that is that Venus rules Libra and Taurus. And Libra is on the opposite side of the wheel, the astrological wheel, from Aries. The two are polar opposites. So Aries is ruled by Mars, Libra is ruled by Venus. So when Venus is sitting in the home of Mars, Venus tends to be a little bit more aggressive. She tends to be a little bit more individualistic, even sometimes a little selfish. And those are the darker qualities of Aries, generally speaking. So keep that in mind with love. It's much more me focused as opposed to focusing on other people. So those are general energies just with Venus sitting in Aries right now. Messenger planet Mercury, it's also about business savvy, what's on our mind, is also in Aries. And again, Aries is action. Aries is all about action-oriented qualities. It's concerned about itself. So, if you're thinking about doing some body maintenance, maybe a new look, thinking about things spiritually or mentally, now is a really good time to take care of yourself. I mean, this is the best use of the energy when you're in Aries season. Think about yourself, to be quite honest. Do what makes you happy, and try not to worry about others too much. Aries is always the life of the party. It has something funny to say. They're boisterous, and think about, those are the qualities that we're going to see from people over, the next couple of weeks, when the sun moves into Taurus right around April 20th. So that's a different type of energy. Things will slow down. Things will be more sensual. It's more about comfort, and it's also a money house. Taurus is about building a financial future. It's also ruled by Venus. So Venus will be in its dignity when it moves into Taurus. And I'll get a little bit more into that in a little bit. But right now, it's all about Aries. And the good thing about this is that all of these planets sitting in Aries are making sextiles. Those are 60-degree angles, and those are opportunities. So sextiles are of the nature of Venus, so it's all about harmony. It's a harmonized situation. So right now we have Mars sitting in Gemini, chatty Cathy of the zodiac. It's very intellectual. It's about communication. It's the busy house. It's flirty. It's all about kind of surface level communication, and it's just a very chatty house, generally speaking. So Mars is sitting over in Gemini. It's at about 19 degrees today. I'm doing this video on April 5th. I think it's the 5th. Sorry, April 6th. I don't even know what day it is. Sorry about that. All these planets are going to be making sextiles the Sun, Venus, and Mercury are going to be making a sextile over to Mars sitting in Gemini. Like I said, sextiles are opportunities. You have to go out and find them. They are there, but it's not like a trine where it's just a natural blessing that comes to you. So those are 120-degree angles, and we'll get more to that because there is a very important trine that's going to happen this month. But generally speaking, sextiles are great. It's an opportunity. The other thing is these planets sitting in Aries are also going to be making a sextile over to the planets sitting in Aquarius. And we talked a lot about Jupiter and Saturn sitting in Aquarius. Jupiter is making its way to the final degrees. It's cruising through Aquarius, and it's going to enter into Pisces toward the latter half of May. And we'll get more to that because that's going to be very significant. But Saturn's a little bit more slower moving. It's sitting, at about 10 or 11 degrees, maybe 12 degrees right now of Aquarius. So, we will see sextiles over to the taskmaster, responsibility, taking action to clean up your life. I mean, that's really what Saturn's all about. It's the lesson of life, and that's those are things that will come up naturally, but in good ways, because all of those angles over to the planets in Aries are harmonized to the planets sitting in Aquarius and Gemini. So, these are good things overall. So if the energy feels lighter, if you feel like you got a little bit more pip in your step, that's that Aries energy. So definitely take it to your advantage right now, because this is the spark. This is the drive. This is the pioneering energy to get things going for the new year. So if you're looking to make changes in the rest of 2021, now is a really good time to start putting those wheels into motion, or at least start formulating the plan, because Aries, you're going to have a ton of energy to just go and make things happen. So utilize the energy wisely. All right, so we talked a little bit about Mars being in Gemini, and it's going to be there until April 24th, and then it's going to move into Cancer. And we'll get more into that. That's going to be a significant transit. The energy is definitely going to change. Mars in Gemini, again, it's the chatty Cathy. It's all about communication. It's intellect. It's wit. It's third house also rules siblings. So things might come up with siblings, generally speaking. I just took a ski trip to Aspen with my brother. So that's one manifestation of Aries and Gemini. It's also about short distance travel. So, just be careful in the car. Mars is action. Mars is also, about military and aggression. So, take your time, because that Mars energy is going to be quite strong in Gemini until it moves into Cancer. Now, like I said, Mars is going to be making a sextile over to the planets sitting in Aries. And right now we have the Venus and the Sun. So today, April 6th, Mars and Venus, the cosmic lovers, are making sextiles to each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you that are single, maybe you have an infatuation that comes out of nowhere. Maybe your love interest peaks. There's an opportunity here to be found. So definitely use this to your advantage, even though Venus is in her, she's not doing so well. She doesn't do as well, I should say, in Aries. It's more, like I said, it's more self-centered. So keep that in mind. But there's some really good energy, typically speaking, with the sextile from to Mars to Venus. And it's happening today, and this will last a couple days. So take advantage of it. If you want to spice up, your romance life with your partner, now is a good time to take a trip, find an activity to do together that you both enjoy. It's a great time to start dating again. People are getting vaccines, so this is also a great time to start getting out there. Put yourself out there. Get on the dating apps if you need to, if you're still not comfortable getting out. But now is a really good time to put yourself out there, because the cosmic lovers are singing in harmony with each other. Let's see what else is happening. The negative side to this, Mars is competition as well. So keep that in mind. There can be some selfishness, some competition in love even with these two. So keep that in mind. That's just part of the the negative traits of Venus being in Aries and Mars's home sign. So it tends to, think about itself just a little bit more than usual. April 9th and 10th, this is where we were going to start seeing April 6th is the day that Venus is going to be making a sextile over to Mars, but we are also going to see Mars be making a trine over to Jupiter, and then Venus was kind of going to be in this loose sextile. It's going to be within, 3 to 4 degrees. So the way it looks on the wheel is essentially like an elongated triangle. So Mars is making a trine. Those are blessings over to Jupiter. This can be, Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It's the planet of good luck. It's growth. It's law and order. And it's sitting over in Aquarius. So this is the future. This is technology and innovation. Your friends, your group associations, your allies. So there's going to be some really good things, generally speaking, if you want to get together with friends and, have parties. Like, it's patio season, it's beach season. Get outside, do things with your group associations, because there could be some really good things that come from that. So, but you got to take action here. And again, these are trines, so these are just cosmic blessings. It's going to happen regardless. It's the universe raining down and saying, we're going to give you a little boost with Mars and Jupiter. So, but also be aware that this can be some premature action, and there can be some impulsiveness with this particular transit as well. And that's again happening right around April 11th. The Sun, which is also moving forward through Aries, is going to be making these same sextiles over to Mars and Jupiter. And Mars, again, is making that trine over to Jupiter. So this is a lot of fire and a lot of air energy. And I always say this because it's a good visual for people. When fire and air, these are two cosmic symbols. It's elements, and they pair naturally together. They make sextiles to each other on the astrological wheel, and they also make oppositions, but oppositions aren't always the worst thing. We see that a lot in marriages, where we see people have planets opposite to the other. So we see that a lot with marriage, just generally speaking. But fire and air is combustible. So remember, the more air you breathe into the fire, the bigger the flame gets. So, think about your favorite Aries friend. He or she probably has a very close friend that is a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And the more that the air sign breathes life into the fire sign, the bigger the fire sign gets. So it's just like they build off of each other. They can be extremely comical, extremely entertaining, but just realize like that flame can burn very bright and people can get burnt. So just keep that in mind, especially with the Sun being exalted in Aries. Jupiter, it's said that Aquarius is the joy of Jupiter, and Mars sitting in Gemini, which is also, a good place for Mars. You're going to see just a lot of like funny action during this time. So it's really good for taking action, starting something new, putting something into motion. It's all about taking action. Mars is really ruling the roost, so to speak, during April, and then it's going to get into some heavier stuff come May. So, and we will get into that. But again, just realize, the cosmic lovers are making harmonizing sextiles to each other. Mars is talking in supreme harmony with Jupiter right now. So anything about expansion and growth with friends, group associations, technology, your hopes, wishes, and dreams, it's time to take action on those. Because there's some really good things that can come of it later on in the year if you start putting those wheels into motion. And again, fire is all about passion, air is all about the mental energy. So it's combining what it is you're passionate about with the mental fortitude to actually take action and get it done. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but I can't tell you just how important it is right now, to really set the wheels into motion, because Mars is doing some great things right now with Jupiter. Okay, so let's also talk about the full moon that's going to happen later on this month. It's right around, I think it's the 28th. Let me just check here. My little wheel that I have pulled up. I want to make sure I give you the right date because the full moon is a whopper, and I'll tell you why in a second. I think it's the 28th here. Sorry. Yeah, so it's going to be, well, really early morning on the 27th. So April 27th, we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio. And this is going to be an intense one. Scorpio is the most intense sign. It's very intuitive. Scorpio is about sex, taxes, death, the death and rebirth process, transformation, hidden things, secrets, and what are some of the other characteristics of Scorpio? It's also seductive, so it's going to be a very interesting moon. So the moon is opposite of the sun during the full moon. This is when the sun is going to be in Taurus. But the thing is, it's going to be right at about 7 degrees of Taurus, and it's going to be about 3 degrees away from changemaker, erratic, unpredictable Uranus. And Uranus is sitting in Taurus right now. So what does this all mean? Expect the unexpected. When the sun and Uranus conjoin in the sky, you can expect people wanting to be independent, thinking differently, wanting freedom. It's all about liberation. Uranus also rules electricity. So, I'm not going to say go get your house checked for any electrical issues, but during this time, there could be storms, there could be electrical fires. So just be aware that, this is common with Uranus, and Uranus is the change maker. It works through shock and awe. So we're going to see tense energy right around the 27th with that full moon. Scorpio is already intense as it is, and now you're adding Uranus into that. It just adds more energy to people wanting freedom. So full moons always occur with relationships. Think about it this way. The sun rules Leo, it's the king. The moon rules Cancer, which is the queen. It's symbolic of cosmic lovers, kind of like Venus and Mars. But in this case, it usually rules relationships. Whenever you have the sun and moon opposing each other, it causes tension. You add Uranus in the mix on that. Now people want freedom. We're going to see breakups. I'm just going to say that right now. There could be even divorces in the works. It's very intense. And again, Scorpio is, Scorpio rules secrets too. They tend to be a little brooding. They don't show their cards. So, at this time, we could see secrets come to light that have been hidden underneath the surface. Scorpio is also about the death and rebirth process. So it's about endings ostensibly, so you can rise like the phoenix when the moon moves into Sagittarius. So it's about digging real deep here and in psychology and figuring your shit out, so to speak. So I'm just gonna say it, this full moon on the 27th, it's gonna be a wild one. Expect the unexpected. I'm just gonna say there's gonna be breakups, there's gonna be shakeups with that Uranus energy. People are gonna want their freedom. People are going to want some type of liberation. So you might see some of this even happening in the news. We'll probably see more about states wanting to take down some of these restrictions on social distancing and masks. We're already seeing it in some states in the United States right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that. People want freedom, with the vaccine rollout and everything else, just on a more national level, but on a personal level, expect the unexpected. So I plan on doing nothing that day. I'm staying inside and I'm not talking to anyone, just so you guys know. Okay, so the sun moves into Taurus on the 20th. It's going to be there for 4 weeks. Taurus, again, is all about the creature comforts, good food, looking good, having the nice house. It's also a financial house. This is the house ruled by Venus, and Venus is going to move into Taurus on the 14th, and it's going to be there for about 3 weeks until May 8th. So Venus in Taurus, again, this is great for money. This is great for increasing cash flow. It's great for looking good, harmonizing with others, cooperation, great for creativity. So if you're an artist and you're looking for creative inspiration, Venus in Taurus does extremely well. So this is a great time, for anybody that wants to start a creative endeavor. Like I said, this is also a money house, so this is also really great for boosting that income and packing in those bucks into your bank account. So don't be surprised if you see unexpected windfalls or just money showing up. People are going to be getting their IRS refund checks. So again, you're going to see a boost in money here when Venus is in this particular sign. And it's also about sensuality. So, and it's not just sexual sensuality, it's just the sensual side of life, the soft heart, the soft touch. Venus just does really well here. So we're going to see breakups and we're going to see makeups, basically. So that's how I see it with that full moon. And then with Venus being here, maybe things won't be as bad because Venus kind of soothes things over. It's harmonizing and it's cooperation. So maybe things won't be as bad at that full moon, but I still think there's going to be a lot of shakeups just because it's right next to Uranus. And then Mars, this is a big one too. Mars is going to be transiting out of Gemini and into Cancer on April 24th, and it's going to be there for about 6 weeks. Now, this is big. So Mars doesn't do well in Cancer. Mars is in its fall position. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, which is on the exact opposite side of the astrological wheel from Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Cancer is about intuition. Cancer is about the home, family, the mother, foundations and roots. It's about feelings. It's a feelings house. Mars is not about feelings. Mars is about taking action, getting it done, being assertive, maybe a little aggressive or impulsive at times. So when it's in the house of the moon, it has to slow it down, and the archetypal energies just conflict. So I want you to be careful for these 3 weeks. So things could come up with family, fights within families, for instance, could be very common just with an irritated Mars in Cancer. Things with the home might come up. Maybe you have to do an unexpected repair. With that full moon, again, I don't know why I keep coming to this. It must be my guides. I see a thunderstorm and an electrical fire starting. So it's things like that that could happen. Like I said, Uranus rules electricity, Mars being in Cancer, which rules the home. I see there being tension, generally speaking, probably with family members, maybe even extended family issues coming up with the home. So just, you got to remember, take it slow, take it in stride for those 6 weeks, because Mars is going to be irritated. It wants to move, and it's going to be all in this feeling, bubbly type house of Cancer. It's an emotional house. So be aware of that. It's going to be an intense one for those 6 weeks. So that's what you can expect mostly for the rest of April. There's other things going on too. I don't think they're quite as big as the full moon on the 27th, Mars moving into Cancer on the 24th, Venus and Mars making the sextile today, great for romance and getting yourself out there on dates, and doesn't matter if you're single or partnered up, it's great for romance. So, and then Mars making that trine over to Jupiter, also great just for growth and expansion and anything that you're looking for, especially your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and things with friends. Those are where the biggest energy and the greatest benefits will come from. So keep your friends close over the course of the next week or two. There's something that really good that could come out of that. One challenging thing with Venus before it leaves Aries, which is going to be right around the 12th of the month. It's going to be squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And this marks, anytime you have a Venus-Pluto transit happening, this is when things come to light in relationships. And squares are of the nature of Mars, so it's tension, it's conflict sometimes. So be aware, Pluto is a transformative planet. It's the planet of death, sex, riches. It's the underworld. It's things unseen. So things might come up that you don't expect. There could be lovers' quarrels at this time. There could be some breakups at this time too. Things coming to light that might be not so pleasant. So, but that only lasts a few days. It's right around the 12th. And then Venus is going to move into her home sign of Taurus on the 14th. So it's a very brief transit, but, Pluto is sitting at 26 degrees of Capricorn. It's toward the end. It's going to be there for a few more years. It's going to start its retrograde motion. The larger planets, the outer planets are going to be starting to retrograde again. So things are going to be slowing down. Right now, all the planets are moving forward, which is great. So we have this forward movement energy, wanting to get things done. But that energy is not going to last forever. So take advantage of it now, because we're going to have some retrogrades coming up again. Mercury's going to go retrograde in Gemini. I think that's going to be happening, probably not for another good month and a half or so. But we do have some retrogrades coming up, and then those outer planets retrograde for quite a few months. So we will get to that as well, what that all means. But for right now, everything looks really good. So enjoy the moment. Take advantage of this action-oriented energy. Be the pioneer. Take action. Just get it done, go for it, because this Aries energy isn't going to last forever, and things are going to slow down a little bit when we move into Taurus. So enjoy the rest of the month, take advantage, watch out for that full moon. I'm just going to say I'm not leaving the house that day. Hopefully everything will be fine, but I'm expecting storms. I'm expecting breakups. I'm expecting the unexpected. So just be aware of that. I hope you're all doing well. I will be back to do my tarot card readings. We're going to do some a little bit different with the tarot cards this month, but I wanted to get this out there for you so you know what to expect, generally speaking, with the planets above us. All right, until next time, take care.